नमस्ते प्रणाम गीता ध्यान ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Partha, the ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O Goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters, O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the 11th Adhyay of Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga, and Sri Krishna has shown that magnificent cosmic form of the great Lord to Arjuna, and by his great fortune, even Sanjay, the charioteer of Dhritarashtra, with the divine sight, with the Divya Drishti that he has received from the Lord, because of which he is able to narrate all the happenings on the battlefield of Kurukshetra to King Dhritarashtra sitting in Hastinapur. He is able to see everything what is happening there. And the great fortune that Sanjay also had that vision of the universal form. He told us what he saw. He also told us what Arjuna saw through Arjuna's perspective. And then what was the condition of Arjuna having seen that the magnificent universal form of the Lord? Arjuna had got into the ecstatic state. Arjuna had got into that wonderful divine fervor and wonderstruck, absolutely wonderstruck, absolutely flabbergasted with all the signs of getting this devotional fervor, the hair standing on the end, horripilation. This is what happens when devotees, they get into the devotional ecstasy. The hair stand on end, tears start flowing down. They become so much inclined to prostrate before the God. They will do namaskar, they will just fold their, join their palms, and with utter reverence to the Lord, they will start saying something to the Lord. Lord, oh my great dear friend. They will start saying something. And this is what exactly has happened with Arjuna, that Sanjay has narrated in the previous 14th shloka that we read. Tataha sa vismaya vishto Rushtaroma Dhananjaya, that Dhananjaya, Arjuna, who at one point of time he had got all the hoarded treasures which were hoarded by the kings in unlawful manner. He had got them released. He had conquered those kings and got those hidden treasures, hoarded treasures released for the benefit of the subjects of that kingdom. And today, the same Dhananjaya who at one point of time got released the hoarded treasures, today he is getting us released. He is getting released that treasure of the universal form of the Lord. What all he saw, now he is going to tell. So this is another form of that Dhananjaya. This is another form of Arjuna which is going to do something for the good of devotees. That we can never have that vision. Lord doesn't give that vision of universal form to one and all. It is only for the select few. It is only for the Arjuna sitting there in the chariot at the feet of the Lord. who has got this vision. That vision is only for Sanjay, that great devotee, that great unbiased and most sincere soul. He got that vision. Vedavyasa, of course, is getting that vision while he is writing everything in that Mahabharata, in the chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And Sri Krishna had also given that vision to Yashomati Maiya. Just imagine the tiny infant Krishna. He was doing something, and Yashoda got frightened that my child has eaten something. And she wanted to see what my child has eaten. Will he get affected, or is he hiding something from me that he has put something in his mouth? And Maya Yashoda, the mother Yashoda, she just requested Krishna to open your mouth. Let me see if there is anything you have kept in the mouth hiding from me. And when that little child, little infant Krishna opened his mouth, Mother Yashoda had that grand vision of the entire creation in her child's mouth, the entire creation in that tiny baby Kishan Kanhaiya that she used to call. So, it is not to one and all Krishna gives that vision of this universal form. But here again, what is kept away from us, Arjuna, is just completely opening up what he saw. So, Sanjay refers to him as Dhananjaya here, fine. And this is what Arjuna is going to do. What he has seen in the Lord, what he has seen in the universal form, he is going to make open for the benefit of all the devotees. Tataha sa vismaya vishto rishtaroma Dhananjaya, with hair standing on his hand, on the end, and with great amazement of what he has seen, pranamya shirasa devam, in utter devotion, utter humility, utter surrender, he is just prostrating before the Lord. And in that chariot, imagine Dhananjaya prostrating before the Lord at the feet of the Lord, and then with the folded hands, Kritanjalir Bhashat, Krita Anjalir Bhashat. He joined both his palms, both his hands, and he said to the Lord. What he said to the Lord, let us see now. Arjuna Uvacha. Arjuna said, Pashyami devans tava deva dehe sarvans tatha bhuta vishesha sanghan brahmanamisham kamalasanastham rushincha sarvan uragancha divyan. So having absolutely come under the spell of that wonderful divine vision, that celestial vision, that cosmic vision of the Lord, Arjuna is overflowed with the devotion. And he said to the Lord, Paschami Devan. Paschami. I am seeing. What I am seeing? Devan. All the gods and goddesses. And where I am seeing? Tava Deva Dehe. Tava Dehe, O Deva. O great Lord, in you I am seeing all the gods and goddesses. All the most revered gods and goddesses, I am having darshan of all them in your body, your universal body, your cosmic form. I am able to see them. All those gods and goddesses which I have only heard so far by reading the scriptures, or by studying the scriptures, or by studying the mythological tales, all those gods and goddesses I am seeing in you, in your great body, O Lord, O great Lord. Sarvans tatha bhuta vishesha sanghan. And not only that, I am also seeing all the beings, all the different types of species, all the different types of categories of the beings. Bhuta Vishesha Sanghan. Sanghan is groups. Not only just human beings, not only just one or two beings, Sanghan, all the categories of the beings that you have created in this universe, I can see them. I can see the human beings, I can see the entire animal kingdom, right from the tiny insects to the mammoth, elephants, all the plant kingdom, right from a small blade of grass to that great the people tree or the Vatavruksha, banyan tree, which have come up from that tiniest seed in the play of your creation. I can see all these beings, all these categories. And not only that, now Arjuna is so confused actually to describe what he has seen. He has seen all the gods and goddesses, he has seen all the beings, and not only that, he has seen even those members of the Holy Trinity, the Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Brahmanam, Isham, Kamalasanastham. Now, here is there is a different type of interpretation provided by different knowers, different jnanis. Some consider this Brahmana Isham, Brahmanam Isham is Lord Brahma himself. But some commentators, they have included even Lord Shankara as the Isha. So there are two things Arjuna probably is saying. I am seeing Brahma as well as I am seeing Shiva. Brahmanam Isham. Or it could be the great Lord Brahma. But as some commentators take a view that Arjuna saw both Brahma as well as Shiva, Ishvara, in that great universal form, and Kamalasanastham. Now Brahma is seated on the lotus which has come out from the navel of Lord Vishnu. One could be Kamalasanastha is Lord Brahma sitting in that lotus that Arjuna is saying. Another interpretation is Kamalasanastha is in the pose, in the lotus pose, sitting pose of lotus, the Padmasana. And who is sitting in Padmasana? Nothing but no one else but that great yogi, Mahayogi Shiva. Shiva is always, when we see that meditative mood of Shiva, when Shiva is in that contemplative mood, he is always sitting in the Padmasana. And therefore, I also prefer to interpret this shloka as Arjuna has seen both Brahma and Shiva. Brahma sitting on the lotus and Shiva who is sitting there with his pose of the Padmasana. So that is what Arjuna has seen. And then Arjuna has also seen so many other things like Sarvana Uragancha Divyan. So, and also the Kamalasanastha Rushimcha. He has seen all the Rishis, the ancient sages like Vishwamitra, like Vasishtha. He has seen those great sages in the divine form of the Lord. So he has seen Brahma, he has seen Shiva, he has seen all the Rishis who are in deep meditation sitting there in the universal cosmic form of the Lord. And then Sarvan Uragancha Divyan, and all the serpents like Vasuki, all the serpents like Shesh Nag, that also Arjuna has seen in that form. And now this is what Arjuna is telling Krishna, my dear friend, I used to consider you to be just my friend, my philosopher, my guide, but you are much more than that. The universal form that you have exhibited to me, with that divine vision that you have given to me, what I could see all the gods and goddesses there in that form. I could see all the species of all the beings, whether human beings or animal kingdom or the plant kingdom, the chara achara even, all the forms of the moving and non-moving, all the forms of beings, the alive and the dead ones, the those without any life form. That I am able to see. I am able to see Lord Brahma, I am able to see Lord Shiva, who are so beautifully sitting in that meditative posture of the Padmasana. I can also see all the rishis. I can see all the sages there in that form. And wonder of wonders, I have seen all those divine and celestial serpents in that form. What else is to be seen then? Everything I have already had the vision of these great things in your universal body. So Arjuna says, I see all the gods, O God, O great Lord, in your body, and hosts of the grades and categories of all other beings. I see Brahma the Lord, I see Shiva the Lord, seated on the lotus and seated in the Padmasana. I also see all the rishis, I see all the sages and all the celestial serpents. Now the four-faced Brahma is the creator of all beings, from whom this creation actually started. So that great Lord Brahma, the Shiva seated in the in the meditative posture of Padmasana, that he is able to see. All the movable and immovable beings contained in this creation, they are part of this creation, are seen in that cosmic form. Rishis like Vasishtha, rishis like Vishwamitra, Arjuna is able to see in that form. And the serpents like Vasuki, the serpents like Sheshanag, Arjuna is able to see in that universal form. So, and that is, seeing this, Arjuna has got wonderstruck. And having realized the true nature of the Lord, the one in whom this entire creation is abiding, Arjuna has understood the true meaning, understood the true relevance of the Lord and this creation. What is the connection in between these two? This creation which has come out of the Lord and the Lord himself. What is the connection between these two? That Arjuna has understood, and therefore he is not only wonderstruck, he has got into that mood of divine fervor, he has got into that mood of the devotional fervor and into that ecstatic mood with hair standing on end. And having bowed down before the Lord in full reverence, now Arjuna, with folded hands, with joined palms, he has spoken these words to the Lord. So that was about the wonderful vision that he saw. And Arjuna is again going to tell something. Not just this as a vision that Arjuna has seen of the limited forms of all the gods and goddesses, of all the beings in the form, or even the vision of Brahma and Shiva he had in that cosmic form, or that vision of great rishis of the yore he had seen in that form, or just the celestial serpents that he saw in that form. He has seen much more, and for the benefit of the devotees, for the benefit of all the coming generations, thousands and years since the happening in that battlefield, happening at the battlefield of Kurukshetra, thousands of years are gone by, but with these words of Arjuna, the devotees can still imagine what he has seen. The devotees can still get a clue as to what lies in the cosmic form of the Lord. So that is the 15th shloka that we have read today of the 11th adhyaya, the Vishwarupa Darshan Yoga of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ram Krishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Ma. Jai Swamiji.